Hi guys, welcome back to another video, and today I wanted to share this Q&A with you guys while I do my makeup. So last week I asked you guys on Instagram, Facebook and Snapchat if you wanted to send me some questions you wanted me to answer in this Q&A. So here we go. So I'm starting off with a bare face, and I am going to use this Pokemon Cathy doll, like a CC cream I think it is, or a BB cream. It's just a good coverage foundation and it works really nice. I got this in Thailand, by the way. And just to start off the first question, it was what my first makeup item was. And the first item I had, and actually still have, but I don't know where it is at the moment, that was an eyeshadow palette I got from my mom, and it actually has always been my mom's, but for some reason she just was like, oh yeah, you're a girl, so maybe you want it. And my mother never really was like a heavy makeup wearing kind of person, so she just gave it to me, and I still have it to this day. I don't know where it is, so I think it's still in some kind of box. I never really take it out or open it because I'm like I just want to save it because it reminds me of my mom and I don't see her that often, so I just want to keep it for like just to have something to hold on to, like might she ever like pass away or something like that, then I still have that palette and nobody else has the same one, you know what I mean? So that's just, I just want to keep it for life because it reminds me of my mom, and even though she never really wore makeup, I like it and I want to keep it for life. But the makeup item I actually bought myself, like the first makeup item, was actually a mono eyeshadow by Essence. And I still got that one too. It was a light blue color, and just think about like when I was younger, I think the first one I bought was when I was around 13 or 14 years old. And Essence is 15 years old at the moment, so yeah, that's kind of right. I bought it like at the start of the brand, and yeah, I still got it. I don't use it because like every makeup item has like an expiration date, so I don't use it anymore, but I just keep it because I have some good memories because of that. Then I'm going to take some concealer if I can find the one I want to use. My desk is like a total mess right now. Yeah, I got it. And the concealer I'm using today is also by Essence. The Essence Camouflage Full Coverage Concealer in the color 05 Ivory. I really like this one. I don't really need it at the moment, even though I'm breaking out like a little bit. I actually stopped using birth control pills, and the only reason I actually used them was of course not to get pregnant and know when my period would start, but I also used it because of my acne problems and my skin issues. So I actually hoped I was like past that age and period in life I would still get like breakouts, but I stopped about 2 to 3 months ago, and my skin is already acting up a little bit again, especially on my shoulders. But if you're curious to know like what my acne struggles have been, and actually again are, just let me know in the comments so I can share with you my acne story, and also how I got rid of it, because it wasn't just because of birth control pills. It's actually kind of a long story, because I tried a lot, and I really tried a lot, and I really didn't want to start using Accutane or Roaccutane, because there are like a lot of horror stories because of that stuff, and I actually really don't want to like use that medicine. Oh, and by the way, I'm just tapping in my concealer just a little bit underneath the eyes and a little bit on the spots I have right now. Thankfully they're not like sorry thankfully my spots aren't that bad. They're like really not really rising to the skin, like onto the skin. They kind of stay underneath the upper skin. So I'm actually really happy about that, so I don't have like whiteheads all over. I'm going to set all this with my Essence transparent powder and just a fluffy brush. This one is by Coastal Scents, and I'm setting it especially where I'm always getting oily. So underneath the eyes, on the nose, on the forehead, because I am 27 and I have like one big wrinkle that doesn't want to go away anymore. And the chin, and just dust the excess on the brush like everywhere. Okay. The second question is how I do stuff with my long nails. Like, I'm showing these because my thumbnails actually broke, like both. First it was the right one, then it was the left one, and I actually got like a little tear like still in my nail, like in like the area where it's in my living skin and flesh, if you know what I mean. But people really tend to ask themselves or like wonder and ask me how I do stuff with my long nails, because for instance some people would be like, oh, you can never open a cap like this with long nails because you can grab it like this. I grab it like this, so I get it to the sides. I'm just used to having long nails like this that I don't really think about how I do stuff. Like, I will feel if I can do something one way or another. you just know if it's gonna work or not. Oh, by the way, I am going to use the NYX Tame and Frame Brow Pomade in Blonde for my brows. I love this stuff. It actually suits me really well. I've read some like reviews of this product before I bought it, of people saying it was super dry and they needed a ton of product, and I don't feel like that at all. It actually works really well. It's a super soft product, and even like I have kind of like light brow hairs, and I actually really like it when I get a little bit more definition to my brows, and it just works really well. But back to the question, like, how do I do stuff with long nails? I just do it. I can't really explain how I do it. If I do stuff differently, I might do stuff differently, but it's just something I'm used to. I might even make a video of like showing how I do certain stuff, because for instance, when I'm in an elevator, and I hate elevators, so you won't really find me in there frequently, but if I'm in an elevator, I don't push a button like this. I would push it with my knuckles. So I tend to like spare my nails from using them that much. That worked the brows already. Really quick, it works like a dream. Then I actually wanted to use this new Essence Winter Dreaming 2-in-1 highlighter and blush. It's from a limited edition. And the next question is, what do you do for a living? Most of you might know that I don't just do YouTube and my blog for a living. I actually have a job. And I work full-time for a web shop, and now it's only online in like the sanitary and floor and wall tiles branch, let's just call it that. I don't know if it has a specific name, in English or not, but that's just what I do. So I sell stuff for your bathroom and just tiles in general. But the showroom actually is closing at the moment, so I think that when I upload this video it already is closed, because we're closing at January 1st, and we're actually continuing our store online. We already did. We already exist for like 5 years or something. But that job, I just started working there back in February 2017. So I'm almost working there for a year. And the showroom is closing, and since I was like the main person for the showroom, I'm actually going to do like online marketing and stuff like that for our web shop. So that's what I do for a living, and I work 5 days a week, and I work from Tuesdays to Saturdays, but I think the Saturdays will be swapped into the Mondays, so I will have like a Monday to Friday job. Oh, and I'm not really telling you what I'm doing, but I just used the blush first, like more as a bronzer, and now I'm going in with the top one, which is the highlighter. But yeah, it's the job I do is not the job I actually went to university for, because I'm actually a graduated social worker, but here in like where I live there aren't really many jobs available. Especially if you're like me and you haven't worked in it for a long time, because I graduated when I was 21 and now I'm 27, so you can do the math. Then let me see, I actually want to go in with the blush on my lids as well. Yeah, with this is the darker one, and let me see if I can, this is the highlighter, that's the darker one. Let me see if I got a brush. I got a lot of brushes, but my desk is such a mess and I'm still redoing my beauty room. So I'm kind of like, ooh, I have to reach very far to actually get the brush I like. I'm just going in with this random Essence one. I really like the blushes or the brushes by Essence. So I'm just loading up my brush. I'm just going to do a really simple, just a little wash on the lid. I don't want much, just a really natural look for today. I really like using like brushes or blushes. Man, what's wrong with me today? I really like using blushes on the lid and highlighters on the lid, and sometimes even eyeshadows on the lips or on the cheeks. I really like using different products for like different areas on the skin. And I want to add a little bit underneath as well. Then let me see, the next question was, how many nail polishes do you own? I actually don't know the exact amount. I did count them like months ago, and then I was around 2,000 or 200, or I am at the moment, I think, in between 2,200 to 2,500, but when I counted, it was a long time ago, I was around 2,000, 2,200, something like that. I'm not sure how many there are right now, because I keep on like getting polishes in the mail or just ordering stuff and buying stuff myself, because you know me, I'm like a nail art addict and a nail polish addict, and I just love nail polish. So I don't really know how much I own. I know there are a lot, but I'm not sure how much. So let's continue. I'm just going to keep the eyes the way they are right now, and just going in with the Essence Super Precise eyeliner. I really love this one, and I don't know if I can talk while doing my eyeliner. This one is actually with like a really tiny brush with like real bristles. I'm just going to do like the tiniest liner ever, but every time when I think I'm going to do a tiny liner or like a really thin one, it actually turns into a really thick one. Well, that actually worked out pretty well. I actually made this one a lot bigger, so I have to go bigger on that one as well. I'm not really loving it today. I don't know. But it's just for this little look, so it's okay. Okay, let's curl some lashes and go on to the next question. Let me see. I got asked if I wanted to do some like fashion videos or like fashion blog posts, but I'm actually not really such a big fashion girl, if you know what I mean. Like I love clothes and shoes, don't get me wrong, but I'm not really a super fashionable person or something. I don't even know how to explain that, but I don't feel like I'm such a fashionista, if you know what I mean. So I don't know if I'm going to do any videos like that. Maybe if there are like specific brands or like brands who want to sponsor me, I might do some fashion stuff, but at the moment I'm not really into that. For mascara I'm using the Benefit They're Real, and this is just a sample size, and I really haven't used this one that much. Okay, I totally remember why I don't grab for this one. It just doesn't give me any effect at all. It's like meh. And it's kind of irritating my like lash line as well. Okay, I'm going to switch. Mascaras, and I'm going for the Essence Volume Stylist Curl and Hold one. That's the pink one. I'm not really a fan of this one either, but my regular mascara is still downstairs and I don't feel like running up and down right now. This one gives a lot more volume. Look at that. That's a lot more. It's kind of a weird brush though. It has a little curve and like more hair on one side than the other. Okay, it's a little bit smudgy like underneath, but I don't really mind that. It actually gives a little extra oomph to the entire look. I actually still have another question, because the last question I wrote down for this Q&A is about what cameras I use to like film and photograph everything for my blog and YouTube. And I usually do like face-to-face videos like this with my Nikon D5200. I just had to look which one I used at the moment, because I have two different ones. And for my nail videos, so like really up close on my hands or on products, I tend to use my phone with that, and I have the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge, and I got the cutest little like case for it with pink flamingos. I really like it, and I actually do have the pink phone, like the rose gold one, and that one is just really perfect for me to just film my nail art stuff with and all that jazz. And for lipstick today I'm going to use one from the same limited edition as the blush and highlighter was, and that is from the Winter Dreaming Collection 02 Girl Stock at the Fireplace. And this is a super sheer lipstick. Ooh, it actually gives like a super pretty shine. And it feels super soft as well. I like it. I really like these more peachy like colors on me. For some reason they just make everything look really soft, and you can always spice it up with some black liner or maybe some bigger lashes. or something like that. And that was actually the entire look. So it's kind of glowy. It's really peachy. It's a little bit harder around the eyes. The brows are really soft as well because I stayed in my own hair color. And yeah, that was actually it. I'm sorry if it was a little bit rambly or like a little bit like disorientated because I was all over the place with my makeup and explaining what I'm doing and answering questions. If there actually are questions you really want me to answer, please let them like underneath here in like the comment section. You can actually ask me anything you would like me to answer. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed and I will see you next time.